Hi, my name's Gordon Ramsay. Welcome to Chef Support. Today, we'll be doing Twitter. Right, first question. Hannah, question to those of you who are good in a kitchen. How do I mince garlic without a press? Let me show you. Take the clove of garlic, this part of the knife on there, and literally hand on there, and that is super minced. Touch of salt in there, and just chop it. And within seconds, you've got this paste, because look, the salt keeps it together, and it stops it from oozing out onto the board. In 10 seconds, you've got this beautiful minced garlic on the back of the knife. Good question. Can cheese go bad? I'm eating this cheese and it tastes funny, but I'm a bit hungry. Come on, Adam. Seriously? The worst thing you can do with cheese is take it out of the fridge, let it get up to room temperature, leave it out for 24 hours, and then refrigerate it. That's the worst thing you can do. Once you've taken it out and it's got really runny, you have to eat it or discard it. This is from Giles. How do I know when my blue cheese has gone off? Oh, man. So, blue cheese is impossible to go off. It's very rare it'll turn sour. If it tastes bad, get rid of it. It's as simple as that. If you have any blue cheese left over, freeze it, mix it into a butter, and make a blue cheese butter, which is fantastic on top of a steak, especially fresh off the grill. Rory, British food is so bad. Cheeky fucker. You talk to me about food. At least we've got a decent Prime Minister. Right, Mary, how do I stop this weird egg water situation with my scrambled eggs? Seasoning eggs at the beginning turns it grey. Season them at the end. That way you won't get water. Ali, should I eat a Hot Pocket? Come on, seriously? I mean, there are so many more exciting things to eat than a frickin' Hot Pot. Damn. So, E-Bands, how do you grate mozzarella without crushing it? That's a really good question. Let me show you something really important. So, mozzarella, get it nice and firm. Stick it in the freezer for 10 minutes before you start grating, and literally use all the grater. Once you've started grating one side, turn it over and grate. More importantly, you'll get a much better yield. Caroline, what do you do when the sauce you're making has too much chili in it? I mean, first of all, what you're drinking. If it's too hot, take half out, yeah, and then continue cooking and let it down gently with fresh tomatoes. A great way of getting rid of super hot chili. Trevor, right, how does this make you feel? What is that? Yeah, that makes me feel sick. Tanner, you need to see a doctor. Red Wing fan, I'm going to make boneless pork ribs, about 4. How long and what temp should I bake them at to become tender? You know, the boneless pork ribs for me, I cook literally for 20 minutes in a pressure cooker. Take them out, glaze them, and then broil them for about 25 minutes. It'll be so tender. Wolf Chamberlain, anyone know how the hell you cook a raw artichoke? Not asking for a friend. It's vinegar and water. If there's no vinegar in the water, then they'll go black. So bring it up to the boil, put the artichoke in, and a teaspoon of vinegar. Or slice a lemon and stick that underneath the artichoke and tie it to the actual core. Next, Abbott Gates. Right, can I freeze half a roast chicken I have left over? No, don't do it. The best thing to do is actually shred the roast chicken, make the most amazing soup. Get a great chicken stock, we should have from the carcass. That will last in the fridge up to 5 or 6 days. This is from Amy, cooking advice. Right, I need to make an enormous quantity of bechamel. Would it be unwise to make it in one go? Always try to maximise on keeping it together. Same thickness, at the same amount of seasoning, rather than several batches. Next question, Daniela, how do you know if my mac and cheese is tender without sticking my hand in a pot? It doesn't seem practical. Of course it doesn't seem practical. To perfect a mac and cheese, make sure you blanch the macaroni first, 2/3 of the way, and just allow 1/3 to finish in the oven. Next, oh no, I have no horseradish to make my cocktail sauce. What do I use now? Start with cocktail sauce, a touch of chili sauce, and then this little baby here. It's a Worcestershire sauce that will give it the spice you need, so don't worry too much about the horseradish. Glenn, does straining chicken stock through cloth help with skimming the fat? No, it doesn't. It makes it cloudy. The best thing to do on skimming a stock is to let it set and put a couple of ice cubes on top, and it will bring the fat up. And for me, I get a slice of bread and I skim the top of my stock with a slice of bread that will absorb all the fat, leaving that beautiful stock underneath. How do I caramelise my creme brulee without a cooking torch? Take an old spoon that you don't use, put it on the gas flame, get it really nice and hot, and stick that lightly over the sugar, and it will caramelise it instantly. Get it too hot, then you'll destroy the cream. Michael, Gordon, trying to decide between buying a Santo Japanese knife or General. What should I use? For me, the secret of a great knife is in the handle. So when you find a knife that's got the perfect handle, it needs to be weighted. Henkel are the knives I use. A great handle and a firm grip, that's 90% of the work. Get comfortable with the handle. It's the secret to great chopping. Harika, right, I've never tried hollandaise sauce. How do I know this is right? So that looks like it's a great start. If you aerate it, it can take so much butter. If you don't lift up those egg yolks, then it splits, basically breaks. So aerate those eggs first and make sure the heat underneath is not too hot. Question from Steve. G, put too much salt in my bolognese sauce. Raw potato will draw out the salt, right? No, Steve, it won't. First of all, take 1/3 of the bolognese out, a touch of sugar, and let it down with a touch of creme fraiche. Creme fraiche will lighten up the flavour and get rid of that salty taste. Faye. Right, me internally trying to figure out how I would make a Scotch egg. Do I use a hard-boiled egg or do I wrap it after with the sausage? So the delicate part there, try and make a soft-boiled egg, and that way it stays nice and creamy. Firm up the eggs and then lay out the sausage really thinly and wrap it nice and tightly. Good question. Am I a gourmet chef yet? I mean, seriously? You need to take 2 slices of bread and stick them on your ears. And that's what you've got. An idiot sandwich. Gordon, long shot, but near enough self-taught, but still very much learning. What can you best recommend to complement a Wellington? The most amazing cream mashed potatoes, whole roasted carrots, whole roasted parsnips, glazed with honey, and then finished with an amazing Madeira sauce. Good luck. Sam, what should I do with the dark green part of the leeks? Can't see myself throwing this bit away. Really good question. This part here, okay, is the magical moment. Take your bay leaves, place inside. Take your rosemary, place that inside. A nice sprig of thyme, and then look, fold that up, and then from there, you just roll it. So it looks like this incredible tea bag. And what that does, it puts together an amazing bouquet garni. Tie that on to your pan, put the bouquet garni in stock, and it becomes this incredible flavored, beautiful tea bag. Cocoa, right, Gordon, in your opinion, what size pasta sheets should I use for a good ravioli? I use size 3, but they feel a bit thick. Size 2? So forget buying sheets, make fresh pasta and get used to cranking it in that machine. But the thickness of the pasta depends on the filling. So if your filling's cooked, then you can go super thin. If it's undercooked, then you go super thick. This is from Mo Bucks. What is foie gras torchon? Torchon is a tea towel, it's a cloth. As they poach in the cloth, it protects the foie gras. So it's basically foie gras wrapped in a tea towel and poached. Alison, Gordon, if I invite you to my birthday party, would you come? I'm the shittiest and the worst guest you'll ever want at a dinner party, trust me. Sorry, Alison. Happy birthday. That was Gordon Ramsay. Chef support finished. Thank fuck for that.